Hey, Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to Pro Cycling Manager 2021. It's career mode. We are on episode something. It's episode 13. And Galvez in his new Chilean National Championship jersey already at the front of the field here.
The current pace is a bit too docile for some riders.
Here in that the solo way, but with the Southern Hemisphere nation, they have a different schedule on when they have their national championships, so that's occurred since last we saw them. Meanwhile, today we enter an objective that is win a stage in a 3-stage race with 8 World Tour teams, including the arguably 2 best climbers in the world. And all 3 stages involve a fair bit of climbing, so we've brought our mountain and puncher group with us, and good luck on this 4-star objective, as we're likely going to get crushed, and just surviving, just being in a group at the end of any given stage is going to be, well, a big deal. So we're going to see if we can pull off the surprise move, and no, I can't at this point even get myself into a breakaway. Trying anyway with Feitosa. So far not succeeding in any way, shape, or form with his 70 mountain. It should be better. In fact, speaking of should be better, our race day condition sucks. Now I know it's raining, but the expected race day condition, it's a 4-star objective. This is a massive objective. Every single rider here has been building fitness for this race. And our expected net race day condition today, +9. What did we end up with? 0. So, not a good draw. Not a good draw at all. We do have some pluses, but we have a lot of minuses that are going to hurt us significantly. Now, here's the thing. Mugisha has leveled up. And Mugisha is now a 72 base mountain. He's got a +3 today. That gives him a 76. He's got a resistance of 67. Survival is the name of the game, though. And we're supposed to win a stage. So, don't quite see how we're going to do that. I mean, you can see we're just struggling right now at a 75. Just to get riders in position. There's already quite a few out the back. Ravenko right now is struggling. He's very much at the back of the Peloton right now.
A couple of teams have set themselves up as pacemakers for the
Murabon as well.
Don't have anybody in the breakaway group. The lead over the pack is dwindling.
You see Ravenko is definitely here as domestique style. We've got another race that's going to be going on at the same time. Devasse also just hanging on. LeBron nearly sliding out the back. Galvez now nearly sliding out the back. He needs to move forward. Again. Arroyo, I mean, the whole team is going out the back almost just on this first climb. And we didn't go low effort, and we pushed to get these guys forward immediately. Now I understand that there's a battle, there's a fight to get into the break, but this is just not a good start. Ravenko has made a lot of progress, by the way. Let's get him up and protect Mugisha. The one guy who has done fairly well. Feitosa struggling, but is still there.
The gap is widening. It's now more than 2 minutes. The Peloton seems content to let it grow.
Arroyo looks like he's probably going to be our other contender on the day, so let's go ahead and protect Feitosa. We already have Mugisha. Galvez, yes, Galvez. We're going to protect, or is Devasse? Devasse is going to protect Arroyo. Galvez will ride solo. We do make it over the first climb. We didn't lose anybody, but man, oh man, what a hard first climb for a team of our stature. Galvez still has not made the front.
Things have slowed right down.
This is a 3-minute gap to a breakaway that we tried to get in, and we couldn't even hardly stay in the pack. 107k to go on this first stage. Only 2 riders left off the back. Gaps are closing. We're getting back in contact. We've got a ways to go before the two difficult Category 1 climbs on the stage. And recovery is ongoing for our 4 protected guys, or at least 3 protected and 1 solo. Oh,
It looks like the pack has bitten the dust
why?
collectively, but the riders
Oh my
would
goodness.
seem to be okay to carry on.
This is what we
the
call
rider has
bad
taken a
luck,
tumble.
folks.
Fortunately, nobody went down with it.
Bad luck. Right? +9, we draw a -9 on the day, giving us a net 0. And then our leader, and our best race day condition guy, takes a fall. He is up, he's on the bike, and he needs help. Wait. I'm guessing he's going to come back pretty quick, but
Radio Tour has announced a flat tire for a rider. Some team managers
involved
mustn't
in the
appreciate
ride.
the fact that there is a breakaway,
somebody else has a
given that the pack has
teammate coming
increased
back
its
for them,
speed.
so we're not the only one. Oh, he's got a whole team coming back for him. Let them do the work and then let our teammates do the work. They're supposed to be waiting for him. Ruvenko finally reaching the back of the peloton. We've got a Cat 2 coming up awfully soon. And a lot of kilometers have already been covered. Okay, there's Ruvenko. Ruvenko, just protect him. Let's let these guys do the work. We're the weak link. Galvez, nearly back. Let's go ahead and follow for now. Nearly in contact. Meanwhile, Debussy, Moulebron have just about recovered. Okay, in contact. Gisha, effort up. Scoot forward here on the lower slopes.
Puncture. The rider will have to burn some
We don't
energy
want to
get
push
back
too
into
hard
the
here,
pack.
though. But we really don't want to get
The
dropped.
riders are going through a very
So
tough
it's
portion
going to be
with
tricky.
percentages above
Nagisha, we
10%.
don't want to be at the back of the peloton. We don't want to go out the back. We don't want to risk it. We're seeing a huge acceleration in the peloton. You
The
can see
pack is
how
increasing
quickly
its
he
work
started
rate.
to
Some teams
slide
can't be happy with the
backwards.
The
Ravenko
pace
gel.
seems much too high for many
Okay,
riders.
Makisha now holding position fairly well, and it's starting to move up, so we can back off a little bit. We have seen a split. Peloton of just 29, but you figure 95 can regain contact. Keisha. Once again, nearing the back or just the middle of the group. Still not regaining contact, but
We're
only
halfway to the
48
finish line.
seconds
The team
behind.
leaders should be coming
And that
more
gap
more
has
to the
come
fore.
down.
So now it's the descent.
Figure
It's
we got to
less
be about
physically
30
exhausting than a
seconds
climb, but it's
to
more
be in
stressful
contact with
as the
29
riders
riders.
must choose their trajectory well and maintain a
Ruvenko
good
struggled
position on
through
the
there,
bike.
but he did make it. Galvez, meanwhile, still
A
on the
rider
wheel.
has just fallen.
Okay, LeBron needs to catch up. Ruvenko already out of energy. We'll put him on the task now.
A rider is down.
Alright,
He's not
yeah.
going to be able to
This
carry
is
on.
rough.
Let's hope it doesn't jeopardize the rest of his
This is
season.
rough.
A group of riders has come a cropper, but they all look ready to set off.
Nearly
again.
back in contact with the rest of our team. And then we can go full team effort to try to get back in contact. LeBron, finally. And we do make it in contact. There's the Peloton. Not one, but two groups ahead of us. They split in half. And LeBron out of energy. Okay. Auto. auto, and auto. We're out 3 riders. We have 4 left. Let's figure out our positions here. We've got Galvez just in front of Mugisha. We've got Faitosa and Arroyo. So these were the 4 we were going to ride for, and energy-wise, they're about the same. Arroyo, I'm guessing, is going to have much better resistance. And same climbing as Faitosa today. He does. Galvez. This is now 84 chasing 20. And we've got this big Cat 1 coming. And it looks like as soon as the climb begins, we're still going to be off the back, which means we're going to have to make an effort. Have to. It's our only choice. Probably not going to work. But we begin the move. For now, it's in contact. Galvez has to push harder. He is not a very good climber. There you go. That contact was momentary. Which is kind of what I predicted on that, which is why I knew we needed to keep moving. We push past Caja Rural, push past EF riders, DSM riders, Trek riders, Jumbo Visma riders at the front, trying to reel in the back of the peloton. They have done so, and our position, meanwhile, has improved. We're in the upper third of the peloton. But how long is our energy going to last? Galvez brings us into a decent spot here. But I'd like a slightly better spot. Peloton starting to thin. Galvez now into the position that I want him to be in. And he is done. So that means Faitosa is now going to try to sit in place. Galvez is going to go backward. He brought us forward. That's what we needed from him. Can be sneaky.
A couple of teams have set themselves up as
No?
pacemakers
Okay,
for the
he's
pack.
out.
They obviously don't have
Arroyo.
anybody in the breakaway group.
Down to 61 in the peloton, by the way. Faitosa. Or Mugisha if you can. As best you can. Last rider, Arcus from the break. He's just about ready to be reeled in. We are now survival mode through the remainder of this climb. Arroyo hanging on. Mugisha does not have much left.
The little promenade is over. The group has been overhauled.
What's Faitosa doing? Slipping out the back. Down to 56 riders. Okay, he and Galvez have been dropped. Set them both to auto. And we're down to 39. Mugisha and Arroyo struggling at the back. Mugisha, we're going to have to gel up now. Never mind the next climb. We need to survive this climb still. We're very much at the back of the group. In fact, we're about to get dropped. As you can see, Arcus is going to lose contact, and then that group's going to split. So Mugisha advances his position as necessary. He's now the last rider in the group,
We're into the last
I
third
think.
of the race. We'll soon know the final outcome.
Arroyo has been dropped.
Falling behind.
And yes, you
A
can
team
see
leader
Mugisha is
falling
definitely
behind.
at the back now and slipping further. Down to 27, and we hit the top. He will get some recovery on the descent, but it's going to be a pretty quick descent from the look of how steep this is.
They're
We
over
survived the top, and
heading
we're in the
down
top
other
27,
side at a
but
fair lick. They'll
we've
be
already
able to
used
get
our
some
gel,
strength back.
and we've already used all of our energy. We will recover what is possible. Go ahead and grab ourselves some water real quick. We are on our own. Arroyo, 1 minute down in the next 4 riders on the road. as we sit with 33. Why did Mugisha go further back? Descending's not that bad. And he goes right to the back. This is not the position I want him in.
One of the motorcyclists
But
says
we're
that a
very
rider
much
is
in
down.
survival mode.
Apparently, he didn't interfere with the
Arroyo,
race.
30 seconds back now, but low on energy and regains contact. Immediately begins to protect Mugisha. Mugisha, we need to advance this position a little bit. Arroyo can help us come through. I had him set to sit in the middle, but then he dropped to the back and stayed there. So we really need to be just a little bit higher up, at least in the middle. Movie star with a crap ton of riders. Astana do have some.
The riders are in a
Okay,
portion above
Mugisha,
10%.
just sit on, sit on. Nope, nope, 81 is not
There's a
going to
few
sit on.
riders jockeying for position at the front.
Okay, we see an attack, one rider going clear. Mugisha is sliding back, but we've got to try to be measured in this. He has technically been dropped
Watch out, a team leader is
over
falling
that
behind.
steep little kink right there. Quick descent, and then you're going to go up again. He's in a group of 12, chasing a group of 20, and he is very much in the middle of this group. He's got a lot of riders in front of him. It's a skinny road. It's hard to get through. And he cannot afford to do any attacking, as he's not going to make the top
Breakaway at
if
the
we do.
front.
So for now, it's just trying to ease our way through the bunch. Group's now down to 8, chasing 20. Now 4. Can we relay with these guys? Will they work with me?
Things
Carr,
are heating up in
Dina,
front.
and Gonzalez. And we're about to make contact with those ahead of us. And this really improves my position. Very much not stage
Swift
win type category, but
Roglic.
acceleration. Some of the top climbers leaving the rest of us behind. And I have no energy to go with that acceleration, so we're going to have to just sit on and try to survive as best we can. A lot of descending to... Oh! So close. There's a Soreo. That's definitely the benchmark of this group. Soreo is somebody I'd like to have on the team based on previous campaigns, but that's not going to happen as he is ineligible to join this squad. See the neutral surface wanting to fly past
We've
us,
got
but
15 kilometers to the finish line.
not able to do so. Now quite a ways back overall. We've got one more hill to ascend, and we're not going to get much recovery here. We're going to have to make our move at that time, though, because the descent the rest of the way isn't so bad. In fact, you're going to get a lot of recovery along the way, so we're going to be able to push our way down and try to recover. But this little uphill section, that's where we've got to try to make a move,
rider is
and we
down.
need all the energy we can muster for when that
The riders
hits.
are now into the descent
Arroyo,
towards the
meanwhile,
finishing line.
7 minutes down, but Mugisha is
This
also
climb
quite a
features
ways
some
down.
dreadful percentages. The finish line is getting close. The riders just passed the 10 kilometers road sign.
Mugisha instantly leaves the group behind. Makes some pretty rapid progress through this stretch. It would have been really nice if we could have caught up to those 12, but they had the same idea that I did, but the 3 behind me certainly did not, as we've opened up a good 40 seconds over those guys. And now Mugisha is going to have to ride solo through the downhill and hope that he can make it. Heart rate's coming down.
Only 5 kilometers left.
Couple false flats. Gap behind is now almost a minute, so we've made a lot of progress, but the group ahead has left us in the dust as well. It's the last of the false flat sections, and now it's going to be kind of straight downhill from here. Ultimately, we are 4.5 minutes down, and I think that's roughly where we will remain as long as we remain
And
upright.
the sprint win goes to
Roglic
Roglic.
ahead of
The
Pogacar.
riders bringing up their rear have
Clear 1-2. It's already a minute to all the chasers. 99 for us. 3K. Pedrero. Run takes 7th. Malama. 1K to go. Oh, LeBron falls. Magisha takes to the line. 21st. Not bad considering. Not bad considering the crash. Not bad considering how far back we were, the chase that was involved in that. And he's clearly the best. I mean, Arroyo, with the bonuses today, was still pretty inferior. 34th for him. Faitosa next on the road. Stages 2 and 3 are punchy. We're definitely a team that's more suited to punchy finishes. We'll see. The best climbers are here. I don't see the best punchers, though. So maybe we have a better shot there of getting at least top 10. Either way, then none of it's looking very good for us. And we're opening the dossier period for the first time this year. I'm going to look to continue for the future 5/8 potential type of riders, but I'd like to mix in some quality riders now to strengthen the squad that we already have so we can continue that progress forward, not just building for the future, but long term, of course. I think getting those 5/8 potentials is important. So the first 4 dossiers that I have, that it isn't in front of you, but the first 4 dossiers I have are all those types of riders, 5/8 potential guys that already have a bit of quality under their belt right now. Beyond that, I'm looking for who can I sign. And the best way for me to do that, and this is just going to be a brief look into my process, is I'm going through nation by nation by nation and looking at contract information with those guys. I can see what they are overall. And Eritrea is absolutely among the best. Honestly, the best rider I could probably get my hands on at some point, if he becomes available, is Benyam Gourmet. Gourmet is already a 77 overall, just 22 years of age, 78 sprint, 79 acceleration. Fantastic. But he's got a multi-year contract with Total Direct Energy. So right now he's not available. But for me, I can see what is out there in terms of points. Debesay's brother, Jakob Debesay's brother, Mekseb, 30 years old, 8 years the senior, 5 points better. He is a puncher. Not bad, but 10 points to get after him. And already 30. I don't expect he's actually going to develop. But as I look through, Estonia, okay, here's what I'm doing on the side is I have my chart. I have my chart of all the nations in the game and the ones that are outside of that top 29. So I can just quickly verify whether Estonia is an option for me or not. And it turns out it's not, because I have my other sheet and Estonia is ranked 26th in the world. So even though Kangert is their best rider and that's all they've got, turns out that they are ranked relatively high. So we're going to have to bypass and we move on to the next one on the list, which is Ethiopia. None of these guys are available, even if I were to go after a couple of them. Finland, another one of those that could be close. You would think Finland could be competitive. They're only ranked 47th. So Finland is somebody I could go after, but they're one good rider. Not available. He's with AG2R. They do have a decent young rider who I'd probably like to... Ooh, there is a scout report. 1-4. Not somebody I want to go after. But that's my process, nation by nation. And I'm getting further and further into the alphabet in terms of scouting. So I know more and more. But we're still a long, long ways off of getting through all of the nations. And then I've got all those new gens that are coming in. So I'm going to have to go through again as soon as I make it through. So even with 3 scouts, we are far from getting knowledge on all of the riders that are available to us. Even though we have a very limited pool, there's still a lot more going on than what we're able to do and see at this point in time. But we are getting after a handful of major 5.8 potential guys. But I still have some points, so I'm going to go find some more. And I now have my first group of riders that we're going to go after prepared. First off, a fairly well-known name in Kevin Rivera. Now, Kevin Rivera is actually the lowest potential of this group, but he's still only, 22? 23 years of age at this point in the game. Climber, decent climber. I mean, this is not fantastic. We're talking about 73, 72 with 67 resistance. So he's only slightly better than what we have on the squad right now. And with only moderate potential, this isn't a big grab, but he has got regional reputation, so he is already somewhat known. That's going to help us out. Martin Pluto, 5.8 potential and a 71 and 24 as a sprinter. Osamu Sato. Sato is a 69 overall, so he's a little bit lower. He's a 4.7 potential, so he's not maxed, but he's a pretty good sprinter already. And then these next three guys at 68, 67, and 66 overall are all 5.8 potential. A couple of them as stage racers. So really, really looking forward to potentially bringing in all 6 of these guys to the squad for next season. Even if we aren't able to go out there and grab anything beyond this, I'd be pretty happy if we were able to sign all 6 of these guys come August.
The pack is back on level terms.
Stage 2, and we are in a very difficult stretch. And there's a split right here in the midst of our team. For the moment, it's coming back together, but I think we're going to have to react here. Ravenko, Galvez, both done. Couldn't let them out of the bunch. LeBron is done. We have Arroyo, we have Mugisha, we have Debesay here. Debesay, I think, is going to have to be the one to lead this thing out. Or Mugisha, the proper climber, who's not necessarily a puncher. Might be... get on his wheel. Get on his wheel and hope you can stay with him. Faitosa is still at the front. Faitosa is going strong today. Race day conditions so much better. So much better. Mugisha does bring it back. We can now back off as well, as things begin to ease off. It's false flat for a while though.
Only a few riders are
And we're back in action. 4 riders now in the main group. 77 or less in the Peloton. Seeing a little acceleration. Let's pick up a couple KOM points here. Second over the top. Now in terms of the punchy riders, it's Arroyo. Those are the guys we need to be riding for, so swap this. Protect the weaker guys at the moment, and Mulebron just try to recover. Try to improve his position so we can get up there and take over and get either Faitosa or Mugisha into the mix. Alright, who do we want to set free? Faitosa. Alright, there you go. 74 in the Peloton. It's a minute to the chase group. Both Ravenko and Galvez are in that chase group, so if they do regain contact, we get 2 guys back, but they're both completely out of energy, so that's unlikely and not necessarily something I want to see happen. 2 climbs left to go. This is a punchy stage number 2. It is back together, but again, Ravenko and Galvez have nothing in the tank, so not helpful. Not helpful, but here we go. Let's use Mulebron's gel because I don't think he's going to last through this. Yeah, we see a bit of an acceleration through
The
here.
Peloton has definitely
Ravenko and
accelerated,
Galvez
meaning that an
immediately
attack is
dropped. It's back
highly
down to
unlikely.
70. And Mulebron out the back as well. Alright, we have our 4 guys. Arroyo lost a little bit of ground. Nagisha had to work hard to keep him there. But we're okay. 66. 1 climb to go. And it's sprint train style for that one because you get over the top
Ball in the pack.
and it's
15 kilometers to the finish
a
line.
descent finish, and if you're still there, you're in good shape. 14k to go. Okay, Gel needs to be whoever's the lead out guy, and that's Magisha. So we're going to gel up for him.
The tempo has slowed down. Something might be cooking.
Of course, Magisha's in 21st. I might not want to do that. I might want to just give him a free ride. At the back behind the punchers and see what happens. Let Phytosa go. Magisha we're going to just try to hang on with. Phytosa finds a gap. Debase, Arroyo, Magisha in strong position. Now we are going to get overtaken. There are going to be much faster riders, but by starting out front, getting ourselves a little bit better of a chance here. 3k to go to the top of this final climb of the day. 2.5. Phytosa, nice strong lead out here. Now here comes the challengers. Malama, Guerrero, Carr coming.
Attacked by Bauke Malema.
1.7k. We're still in very nice position. Debase.
Those guys up front aren't going to be making too many friends today. The escapees have surrendered. The pack
And
gave
on
them no
to
chance.
Arroyo. And look at that. Look what we have accomplished here. Select group of just 23 riders. But here come the fast ones. I want Debase to try to follow.
Wow, that's one attack that's going to leave a good few in its wake. The finish line is getting close. The riders just passed the 5 kilometers road sign.
Okay, who's a better sprinter? Neither. Arroyo's recovered slightly, so let Debase lead him out. 6 riders just went clear and we missed it, even though Arroyo was right there with them. But as things flatten out towards the bottom, it's getting difficult. And these guys just don't have energy. That comes back together. Follow your lead out once again. And sprint it out. Can we hang on for a top 5? It looks like we might. Van Gils, Pogacar, Guerrero, Arroyo, 4th place ahead of Primoz Roglic, Rigoberto Urán. Nice. Nice. All right. I like it. That was a very nice result. Did not expect us to crack the top 5 at some point in this. I want a stage win. There's no way that's happening. I think we just mustered the best we're going to get in this race. And it's a good point to go ahead and call it an episode. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to hit that like button. See you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Bye for now.